got into crypto late 2020. I played Ethereum all the way here from like 5K to like 7 figs. I stabled up a pretty good amount this pump. So this pump I rode all the way down, and this was my realization, like, oh fuck, things can get real if you don't take profit. So I rode up here. I actually did a pretty good job of taking profits in the stables. And around right here, I made one very big trade, and it wasn't right time. Things went down for a few more months. And then around November is when me and Pao were talking, and we were like, Sol seems such an obvious rotation. I basically took some money over and I just started shooting bullet shots. On Myro, I turned 6 Sol into 3,000 Sol. The whiff was my 10th bullet I shot on Sol. I turned around $3,000 into like $300,000. As a trader with an edge, how do you manage stabling and off-ramping? I like to think of trading as like a video game, okay? So everybody has different like attack and defense abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like some are like sharpshooters, some have like a shotgun ability, however you want to visualize it, okay? You need to define what your own ability is, but mine personally is a barbell strategy. So I rotate all profits from on-chain trades into USDC in a hardware wallet. And that allows me to not touch it. If it was just USDC in a hot wallet, I'd probably touch it more often. So yeah, that's my strategy, because I feel like if you have an edge in the market, you're going to be consistently early to stuff. So if Bitcoin really were to go to 100K, like in a line like this, there's going to be so many on-chain plays at every single one of these spots. Like there's going to be generational wealth opportunities. So I'm okay with rotating my profits from any on-chain trades I make here into USDC in case we do go this, you know, then I could have a war chest of capital to bid here so that when we go up. Barbells basically is both ends of the spectrum. One is super risk off, USDC. One is super risk on, being low cap in the trenches. How do beginners cook, bro? Just try meme coin to get rugged and win after a while, or what? Unironically, yeah, that's like the best. Like the majority of traders you talk to in this space are going to say their number one tool is intuition. And building intuition, you can only learn through lessons. Like knowing, like seeing a token in a few seconds, deciding, hey, is this a good token? Is this a bad? Is this whatever? You can only decide these kind of things with experience, you know? Any way to improve intuition faster, like being more aware or the situation faster, not go through too many rugs. I have a tweet I really recommend. This one right here, I'll paste it in chat. So when I had my trading challenge, I ran up 1 mil in profit live on the Telegram in 31 days, and these are my lessons from that. By the way, my mentality right now is like I'm very not trigger happy right now, is that I look at macro conditions versus on-chain like the weather, okay? If macro is red, like it's dark, it's scary, like right now, like we're making higher lows, it looks like we're about to fall off a cliff, okay? I consider this in terms of analogy, like the weather outside is dark and it's stormy and it's raining, okay? There might still be a few gems or gold tokens on the ground that you could find, gold tokens as in like on-chain juicers, but nobody's outside looking for those tokens. Everybody's inside because it's raining and it's stormy. And if you go outside and try to look for them, there's a chance that you get hurt. You slip in the rain, you fall, you get hurt, you lose capital, okay? Whereas if on-chain conditions is green, it's a bright and sunny day. There's going to be leprechauns and gold tokens everywhere, and everybody's going to be outside looking for those tokens. So on conditions like this, where it's like dark and stormy, I'm like inside with a sniper right now. So it's like I will bid stuff, but I'm not forcing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm inside. I haven't gotten wet or anything. So like I don't need to bid anything. Another good lesson out of the situations like this is a lot of people have very near sight vision on narratives in which chain they should be on, okay? Because in general, whatever chain has the most volume and is juicy the most is where the juicer is going to be. So like Sol, for example, whenever there's like Trump narratives, it's usually on Sol, okay? But what people forget, and a big wake up call for this, and they still haven't woken up, was Miggles, okay? Was when Coinbase was posting Miggles, there's like cat NFT. Initially, everybody was looking on MemeScope and Pump Fund and Sol for Miggles tokens. However, Miggles is a Base token. Miggles is by Coinbase chain who runs Base. And in hindsight, it seems so obvious. Like, yeah, of course Miggles is going to be on Base, not ETH. But at the time, nobody was thinking of this. Everybody was looking on Sol trying to find Miggles. Where in hindsight, yeah, Miggles was a Base meme, and Base is on Coinbase. So like, it just makes the most logical sense for Miggles to go up. And that's what Miggles ended up doing. So I think it's also a really good idea on metas like these to like really look and be like, all right, which chain is going to get the volume from this narrative? You know, is it going to be ETH? Is it going to be Base? Is it going to be Sol? Would you say PvP with minus EV conditions and smaller sizes improving your on-chain trading to a certain degree? Yes and no, okay? I think PvPing in minus EV conditions is inherently minus EV, but if you're building intuition, here's what I would do. If you haven't made it yet during market downswings like this, is your time to establish your edge. But if you're trading how you usually would trade, you're just gonna lose money. It's not gonna be worth it. So what I would recommend is on days like this where shit's hitting the fan, downsize 1/10 of your size. So for example, okay, if I see a coin at 100K market cap, my standard base sizing ape is 10 Sol, okay? I like to get 1.5% of the supply at 100K. However, on days like today, I would ape maybe like 5 Sol or 2 Sol or 1 Sol even, so that I could get exposure and not lose my edge in the market and understand like, okay, like this narrative is like a 200K topper, or is it a million topper, or is it like, you know what I'm saying? So I would just downsize what you do. How do you approach trading when the volume is on multiple chains? Tron, Sol, etc. First off, standard basis is if you have the privilege to have moon bags of capital on every chain, I 100% recommend it, okay? I have bots set up with funds already on every single chain. ETH, Sol, BSC, Tron. And what that is it's a big edge. There's gonna be these free money plays that pop up. Like for example, when Justin Stun started just like bull posting Tron randomly, the people who were already there and bridged were the ones who caught Sundog super early because it was just like the only thing on there. So there was like nothing else to buy. So having capital on these chains already is a super big edge. My approach when trading volume on multiple chains is mostly focused on the main volume. So I would primarily focus on Solana right now or Ethereum. Those are my like main 2 focus chains. If you yourself are a killer, a weapon on Sol, okay? You need to surround yourself with killers on ETH, killers on AVAX, killers on Base, killers on Tron, you know what I'm saying? So that you guys trust each other in a sense to have eyes everywhere. Like obviously everyone's looking everywhere anyway, but like my eyes are on Sol. So I'm gonna be looking at Sol. If anything happens on Sol, I'm gonna see it. At the same time, my guy to my left of me is watching Base. The guy to my right of me is watching AVAX, you know what I'm saying? One of the best cheat codes for perps, I'm not gonna say it's a cheat code, but like literally just cut losers and ride winners. Like you don't wanna be longing these worst performers, you know? You wanna, if you're looking for longs, you're looking to long one of these least performers. And when the market moves up, like just quickly check and see what's outperforming and ride it. That's really all it takes. Like if we bounce here on Bitcoin, just see which coins bounce the hardest and ride that vol. Any reason why you prefer Photon over BullX? Yeah, well first off, I'm an advisor of Photon. Second off, it's just smoother, it's cleaner, it's faster. The only advantage BullX has is multi-wallet, but besides that, I'm just used to the Photon UI. I think my transactions are much smoother and faster. Never experienced any lag ever. It was tested through the Jupe launch, which is one of the most laggiest times of all. It's just solid, it's consistent, it works for me, and yeah.